Hello everyone. I'm giving this presentation on the topic where will self-driving vehicles take us? Scenarios for the development of automated vehicles with Sweden as a case study. Uh, with the with the combined effort of 40 members from different organizations in transportation and mobility sectors in Sweden, they came up with two groups, namely experts group and the analysis group, to predict the future and impact of self-driving vehicles in Sweden, and also more related to the European culture of driving. So this their main goal was to predict how congestion, traffic, and energy consumption would be solved in future with the help of making more sharing of the SDVs or the automation vehicles or transportation. Finally, they came up with four possible scenarios into a scenario matrix. The levels of automation that we are more focused on are level 4 and 5. So level 4 focuses on self-driving vehicles that also requires driver monitoring or assistance. However, full automation or level 5 automation does not require any driver attention while they are driving. The planning for the analysis was done by the intuitive logic approach. Um, the two teams are working there, experts group and analysis team, that try to find the concern of the issues that were there, that were connected with the SDVs. They try to look into the trends like family size, social equity, accessibility, and all those things that happens in the society. More so, the influence of digital e-commerce and automation in whatever we are gonna do in future. So those were the predictions or the trends that they looked as 2016 as the base point and tried to devise the predictions for the future. Also, they verified all those preliminary scenarios that they came up with during the IL logic approach. They reviewed the drafts of those scenarios that they had created, and then they did the review and made it consistent with all those descriptions of all the scenarios they came up with. uh, you can see the steps that they followed during the development process and planning. So the first, third, and fifth um, steps were followed by the experts group who were um, in different sectors in transportation and mobility in Sweden, and the remaining second, fourth, and the sixth steps were performed by people who were there in the analysis team. So this is the way they came up with all those scenarios. Here are the four plausible scenarios that experts and analysis team came up with. Same but different, sharing the new black, follow the path, and the final one is what you need is what you get. Um, these scenarios are put into a diagram or a matrix to make its information much more clear. I will show it in the next slide. Looking at this diagram, you can see um, sharing is the new black is more focused on the sharing and within the urban planning development and those things. You can see, suppose the what you need is what you get scenario. It more focuses on sharing, but it only focuses on the um, urban planning, more works on the urban areas rather than the rural areas. So this gives us a good view of the scenarios that they have devised. As per the scenarios developed and predicted, the fleet size was expected to be highest in scenarios same but different and follow the path. The explanation for this is that these scenarios had good production and deployment of SDVs, but mostly they were not focused on sharing the system within the people. These two scenarios focused on private vehicles and smart electric vehicles, which are small in size, and driving assistance systems that will eventually help people in individual level only. Uh, Due to the lack of sharing, the number of vehicles on the road is more than other scenarios. Um, the vehicle kilometers traveled was lowest for sharing is the new black, and what you need is what you get scenarios. Here in these scenarios, the sharing did help to get more accessibility between places. This significantly predicted less overall travel time amongst all vehicles in the road and more deployment of SDVs. Overall, it was clear that the future of automation and digitalization depends on what kind of decisions that we make today. However, it showed us that the indication factors such as traffic flow, social equity, accessibility, security, and safety is required to do more analysis on the development of SDVs. These are the references that I use to collect my materials. Thank you.